Hi, everybody. Whoops, I'm going to fall. Hi, everybody. It's Debbie. You're at Your Home, Your Happy Place, and today I am going to be sharing some Christmas decorating on our front porch. If you were here, I feel like it was just a week ago. I had trees behind me filled with beautiful, colorful leaves, and they are all gone. It is looking like winter. So, and it's feeling like it. So we're going to do the front porch today. I think it'll be a short video. I say that, and a lot of times they're 25 minutes, so I don't know. But it's very simple today. I am doing something I've never done before, and I don't think I've seen it on anybody's channel, but I did get inspired on Pinterest. I saw, I don't know, 7 at least different arrangements in people's urns on their front porch. And I was just like, well, I like a little bit of that one. I like a little bit of that one. And so using what I already had, except for some branches that I bought new this year, which I had no idea. I think I showed them to you. I said, I don't know where they're going to go. I just love them. Well, I found the place, and we're going to do an arrangement in my urns today that I feel looks spectacular. So, and it's simple and inexpensive. If you have the things, it may not cost you anything. So that's the main focus of today. Otherwise, it's a very simple front porch. And thanks for joining me. So let's get started. Okay, I just blew most of the fern fronds. I tried, you guys. This is hard. They just go up in the air. Anyway, my husband tells me, who's out there putting up our deer, that this is probably our last warm day of the year. So I got to get out here and get this done. Here we are playing, and yeah, I got a pumpkin to put away. Oh, I already put this little flag up in the midst of leaves, but maybe we'll have a day where we'll blow some of these off. So we finished the wreath situation this morning. My husband got out on the roof and washed every window and put our hooks up and finished over here and put some I don't think you guys have seen the lights, so I'll try and get a picture tonight of the lights. So we've got, I forget what they used to call these. There was a name, but it's the same lights that we've been putting up since we moved here. So there they are. And this sign, the nails are still here, so I assume I'm going to be able to just put that up. But this year, I'm going to try something different in these, and it may be a big flop. I have no idea. But here, I'll show you what I have. I have the branches. I showed you these branches. And I saw some in my stash downstairs that are white and frosty, so I might bring those up. And birch logs. So my goal is, I may need some more filler in here, but I want to get the birch logs about that tall coming out. And then some of the other stuff, I don't know. I need to look. I saw a Pinterest picture and it really got me, and I want to try and replicate it, but I need to go look it up because that's clearly not going to work. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and hang these 2 wreaths instead of doing 6 wreaths or 6 bows is actually what I've been doing for several years. I have these, they kind of match, well, they don't kind of, they match the swag I had in my family room. And I just want to say that I think they were from Michael's last year. And they're so gorgeous. I've seen nothing out there this beautiful this year. I mean, look at all the mix. There's pine and cedar, and I don't know what the other green is besides eucalyptus, and then the berries and the pine cones, the bows, the bells, even big cherries. I mean, it's gorgeous. so far so good. I think I'll do this next. Okay, if I knew what I was doing when I bought things, I probably would have bought this. Okay, the one branch thing I have is 3 of these kind of dusted branches and then this frosted. And I just had a random branch that I kind of stuck behind it. I'd rather have a double of that. I'm sure there's no more left. Those were from Hobby Lobby. So I'm gonna try and repeat over here. I like it. Once I get it all cleaned up, I'll see if I want a big ribbon around the bottom of the, like on the vase or whatever you want to call it. So there's some dirt in here, but it's certainly not enough. So I brought some packing paper, and this is just a wreath, a pretty plain one, but it just sits up here perfectly to frame and hold. And then we have, these were so old, they were pulled out. Oh, for heaven's sake, we've got them still with tags. $7.99 Home Accents. Who was that? I want to say that was, I don't know who that was back in the day, because these are really, really old. So you can see the styrofoam. They were in those little styrofoam boxes or vases or whatever. And last year, for some reason, we took them all out. We saved the bottoms. I don't know why. Maybe it was easier. But I just found a bag of red and pink ones. And so I pulled them out to see what I could do. Now, well, I've just seen different variations of something like this on Pinterest, but some of them have some nice big ornaments in there as well. And I don't know that I have any that are big enough to make much of an impact, but I will look. Overall, this took me like 5 minutes to make, and I honestly think it's really pretty. I really do. And I think it looks nice with that. And my husband just walked away, so I think, let's go see what he did out here. I think he's done. I don't know. The bins are empty, so these are pretty. Get on either side of them. Yeah, oh, and they're overlooking the view. I think that's really pretty. Right. I'm really happy with that. Actually, I'm not sure about my lanterns. I am gonna look at some things that I have. I've seen a lot of, I mean, I could doll those up for sure. So I may doll them up, and then they may be too busy to go there. I'm not quite sure. Same thing with the lights. I don't know. Should I put a bow on them? I don't have that color ribbon to do a bow. I've definitely decided against a ribbon around these. I just think they're really pretty. super easy and inexpensive to put together. I don't have a pillow. I don't have pillows right now or a throw, believe it or not. So this is it for tonight. And I'll be back at this tomorrow. Okay guys, I'm back, different day. I'm gonna just add a pillow and throw. I did buy a new pillow. I don't know where all my pillows are, my covers for Christmas. I don't think I've really found more than one or two. Anyway, this is what I found. This was at Home Goods, and it's velvet. Probably doesn't belong outside, but it's undercover, so it should be okay. Really has some pretty embroidery on it. They just had one, but I only wanted one. And then I looked for a throw, and I already had this one. And I kind of, after I picked that pillow, I thought this is probably a good match because that really looks nice with those flowers. And it picks up the little creamy color of the birch and the urn. So we're just gonna pop this on. I considered, let's see, I'll show you a bow I made. I don't have any just plain red velvet ribbon. So I know I talked about, making that more Christmassy on top, or I still could probably add some little ornaments in the bottom. That might not be so distracting. Talked about putting a bow up there, and then I also considered a bow from the top of the door, not a bow, but a ribbon from the top of the door down to the wreath, which I think would be pretty. Again, I don't have any plain red. This was what I had. So I made a bow. It's a really pretty ribbon, and I got a lot of it. It is velvet in here. And unfortunately, even if I turned it around, while that's a solid red, it's a far cry from that red. But I tried the bow up there, and it just took away from all of this to me. And I just thought, you know what? In this instance, less is more. And, I really think for me, the star of my show is those two urns. And then, the wreaths are just kind of expected. But I feel like it looks welcome. It's just enough. And I've never done those urns before, and I think they're really cute. And it was using, except for the bigger stems, everything I already had. So super simple. And I think it looks kind of luxe. So does it look Victorian? I don't know. I mean, I tried, in keeping with the Victorian theme, I tried like looking for a pillow that had some crewel or embroidery on it. So that looks like it. Maybe the font of that is a little Dickens. I don't know. And I don't know, would they have put something like that together? You tell me. But okay, this is it. Thank you for joining me today. You guys, I had so much fun decorating. I am so proud of those little urns. They're not so little, but you know, they're super simple. And I used about, I don't know, maybe 5 to 7 Pinterest pictures, taking little pieces out to create the one that I wanted. And for me, I only had to add those branches, which I'd already bought anyway. I just didn't know what I was going to do with them. So this year I've been exploring doing arrangements, and I'm finding that it's really not as intimidating as I thought it would be. And the results have phenomenally been amazing. So I encourage you, if you see something like that, just give it a try, because I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like, okay, we'll do this. And then all of a sudden it's like, wow, that looks really spectacular. What else can I say? Oh my goodness, the sun's going down, but it just came out from behind the clouds. We pulled way back on decor out here this year on the front porch, but not the rest of the house. So we added all those wreaths and candles. So I tried to balance it out with less here, spreading it out. I hope that kind of comes across, and I hope that I can get you an evening shot tonight, since we are done with the front of the house outside. I will link what I can below. You can always shop my Amazon storefronts. Link is in the description. And don't forget, it's Black Friday sales. Of course, they're everywhere. I made the mistake of going to Hobby Lobby yesterday and found out, I was like, what in the world? And I left with nothing. I just couldn't stand it in there. And I was at Home Goods, kind of 2 doors down, and she goes, oh, their fall is 95% off. So now I don't know if that was just the store I was at, but you guys, if you've got room to store it and you have need of any fall, boy, oh boy, if there's anything left, you might want to check them out, right? I'll see you when I see you. I don't know when it'll be. Everybody's busy, and so are we. Everybody, thanks so much for joining me. Bye.